Hello, Michigan Realtors, and welcome back to the final letter of the law for 2024. Needless to say, it has been a year of great change. Becky Burke and I have been all over the state with presentations in the hopes of staying out in front of those emerging questions centered on the practice changes. As we wind down the year, we thought it was only fitting that the final installment should be focused on one of the most misunderstood areas of change, the role and value of a buyer's agent. Now, over the last few months, any number of media commentators on the NAR settlement have suggested that buyers do not really need buyer's agents, that all a buyer's agent does for the buyer is to fill in the blanks of a standard purchase agreement form. Now, while these commentators are woefully ill-informed, realtors need to be well in position to respond to buyers who make this assertion. While each realtor will need to explain to buyers all that they can offer a buyer, we thought it might help you to begin to formulate this discussion by describing what it looks like from the legal side. A residential mortgage is an example of a quote-unquote standard legal form in the sense that while a borrower can review such a mortgage in detail, the lender is not likely to agree to change any of the provisions in order to address any concerns that the borrower might have. A lender's residential mortgage is typically a take-it-or-leave-it document. Residential purchase agreements, on the other hand, are typically negotiated in detail. It is often a lengthy process, involving much give and take on both sides. Now, in assisting a buyer in this negotiation process, a buyer's agent's input on not only the terms of the sale, but also the rules of offer and acceptance can be invaluable. When issues arise, a buyer's agent typically often has experience in coming up with a compromise that is acceptable to both the seller and the buyer. Now, buyer's agents can also provide buyers with detailed information about recent sales in the area, and that can assist the buyers in structuring their offer. Buyer's agents also understand the seller's disclosure form and can assist the buyer in following up on any questions and concerns about the information that the seller has provided or neglected to provide. Buyers should also be educated that if they do not have their own agent, but are looking to the listing agent to prepare their offer for them, that listing agent is looking out solely for the seller. A listing agent in this role is not neutral and cannot provide any advice to the buyer. Moreover, the listing agent is legally obligated to tell their seller anything they learn about the buyer that could be useful information to the seller. As you all well know, the value of the buyer's agent does not stop after an offer has been accepted. After the purchase agreement is signed, there are typically any number of contingencies that must be satisfied with strict time deadlines and often serious consequences if action is not taken by the buyer before the deadline expires. Inspection contingency clauses in particular vary widely, and buyers will greatly benefit from a buyer broker's assistance in working through the inspection process. In today's market especially, backup offers are quite common. Again, the terms of these backup offers vary, and a buyer's broker can assist a buyer in understanding their rights and obligations in this situation. The same is true in escalation clauses and similar mechanisms that buyers are currently using in order to compete in today's seller's market. Now, buyer's agents are often familiar with local inspection requirements, such as water and septic inspections, and they can assist buyers in navigating these processes. Now, historically, potential listing agents attending listing appointments have had to make their case as to why those sellers should sign a listing contract with their firm. Now that written agreements with buyers are required, potential buyer's agents will need to do the same. Now, much of what we've highlighted in this letter of the law should already be top of mind for a buyer brokerage from a training perspective. That said, it is now more important than ever for buyer agents to become more comfortable talking about their respective value. There is no doubt that buyer advocacy has value. It's now well past time for those who don't eat, sleep, and dream real estate to also understand that value. Thank you for watching this final letter of the law for 2024. We are excited to bring you even more educational content in 2025. Until then, have a safe and successful holiday season.